In this video, we will learn how to subtract three-digit numbers. Three-digit subtraction is the subtraction of numbers in which the minuend consists of three digits and the subtrahend can be either 1, 2, or 3 digits. The number from which we subtract is called the minuend, and the number which is subtracted from the minuend is called the subtrahend. In subtraction, we need to remember that the minuend as a whole should be larger than the subtrahend. So in subtracting, we need to place the given numbers into columns according to their respective places, namely ones, tens, and hundreds. Now this is the minuend, and this one, the lower number, is what we call the subtrahend. And this one is the difference, which refers to the answer that is obtained after subtracting these two numbers. Now there are steps that we need to follow in subtracting three-digit numbers. Step 1. Align the numbers vertically, placing the digits in each place value. Step 2. Subtract the numbers under the ones column, or let's start subtracting in ones place. So 2 minus 1, if we subtract 1 from 2, the answer is 1. Step 3. Subtract the numbers under the tens place. So 4 minus 3, if we take away 3 from 4, the answer is 1. Then subtract the numbers under the hundreds place. So 5 minus 3, the answer is 2. So after all columns are subtracted, we get the difference of the two three-digit numbers. So the difference is 211. Now there are two ways in subtracting three-digit numbers. It can be subtracting without borrowing or subtracting with borrowing. So subtracting without borrowing means that there is no borrowing of number from the preceding column or from the preceding place. Example: find the difference between 246 and 125. So step 1. Align the numbers vertically, placing the digits in each place value, ones, tens, or hundreds. Now 246 has 6 ones, 4 tens, and 2 hundreds, while 125 has 5 ones, 2 tens, and 100. Step 2. Subtract the numbers under the ones place. So 6 minus 5, the answer is 1. Next, subtract the numbers under the tens place. So 4 minus 2, let's take away 2 from 4. The answer is 2. Then subtract the numbers under the hundreds place. So 2 minus 1, if we take away 1 from 2, the answer is 1. Now this is the difference. The difference is 121. Example number 2. Find the difference between 673 and 241. Now following the steps, let's align the digits to the respective places. Then, step 2, start subtracting in ones place. So 3 minus 1, let's take away 1 from 3, we get 2. Next, let's move on to the tens place. 7 minus 4, let's take away 4 from 7, the answer is 3. Then 6 minus 2, subtract 2 from 6, the answer is 4. So the difference between these two numbers is 432. Example number 3. Find the difference between 923 and 610. Now following the steps, let's align the digits to the respective places. And let's start subtracting in ones place. 3 minus 0, if we take away 0 from 3, the answer is still 3. Because any number in which 0 is subtracted from, the difference is the number itself. Now let's move on to the tens place. 2 minus 1, subtract 1 from 2, the answer is 1. And in hundreds place, 9 minus 6, if we subtract 6 from 9, we get 3. So the difference between these two numbers is 313. Now when can we subtract numbers with borrowing? We can subtract with borrowing if a certain digit from a minuend is lesser than a certain digit from the subtrahend. So it means we can borrow a number from the preceding column or from the preceding place. Example: find the difference between 263 and 128. Step 1. Align the numbers vertically, placing the digits in each place value. So 263 has 3 ones, 6 tens, and 2 hundreds, while 128 has 8 ones, 2 tens, and 100. Now step 2. Subtract the number under the ones column or under the ones place. So 3 minus 8. 3 minus 8 is not possible since 3 is lesser than 8. So we need to borrow from tens place. So 6 from tens place becomes 5, while 3 in ones place becomes 13. Now 13 minus 8, let's take away 8 from 13. So we have, the answer is 5. How about in tens place? Now 5 minus 2, we are left with 3. And subtract the digits in hundreds place. 2 minus 1, we are left with 1. So therefore, the difference between these two numbers is 135. Another example. Find the difference between 525 and 306. Now, following the steps, let's align the digits to the respective places. Step 2. Start subtracting in ones place. So 5 minus 6 is not possible, so we need to borrow from tens place. So 2 becomes 1 and 5 becomes 15. So 15 minus 6, we are left with 9. Next, 1 minus 0. 1 minus 0 is still 1, since any number in which 0 is subtracted from, the answer is the number itself. Lastly, 5 minus 3. If we take away 3 from 5, we are left with 2. So the difference between these two numbers is 219. Example number 3. Find the difference between 424 and 228. Now let's start subtracting in ones place. 4 minus 8, so we need to borrow 10 from tens place. So 2 becomes 1 and 4 becomes 14. So 14 minus 8 will get 6. Now since 1 minus 2 is not possible, so now we have to borrow from hundreds place. So 4 in hundreds place becomes 3, while 1 in tens place becomes 11. So 11 minus 2, let's take away 2 from 11. The answer is 9. Lastly, 3 minus 2. So subtract 2 from 3, we get 1. So the difference between these two numbers is 196. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this helped you in learning how to subtract 3-digit numbers. If you want to learn more about subtraction, feel free to watch the next videos.